Spiderman Clubbers, and today we're back with some more brand new DTM. Spider-Man will eviscerate Batman's villains. Now, sorry, Gotham's villains. That's kind of obvious. Like, we're talking about the man who's shown breaking the ankles of the Avengers. We seen him throw hands with some of the strongest Avengers, alright? Multiple years, by the way. Spider-Man's such a famous character. Like, he's basically been associated or around just about like 99% of the heroes in Marvel, bro. Because he built like that. He's a dog for real. His life sucks, but physically he is a dog. But anyway, enough yapping. Let's get into it.
I bet. So I was having a totally sophisticated conversation with my homies, you know, the typical Batman versus Spider-Man debate. And we started comparing different universes, talking about Spider-Man in Gotham and Batman in New York. And I got to thinking, this would be a pretty good video. Now, I'm pretty sure somebody else did this shit on YouTube before, but I don't care. This is my channel. I'm going to do whatever the hell I want. So yeah, today we're going to be talking about the unspeakable things, the absolutely despicable things Peter Parker would do to Gotham. And I just want to say this before the video starts. I'm talking about the characters in general. I'm not talking about like the absolute universes for these villains. I'm not talking about
okay, we're keeping it base form. Basically saying we're keeping it base form. That means Batman doesn't get any other suit in the Hellbat base form. Same thing with Spider-Man. He stays in the red and blues. All right, he stays in the red and blues. Though, granted, that's just fine because Spider-Man in Gotham is gonna do just fine. All right, he's gonna be just fine.
A certain Bane in this comic or a certain Joker in this comic. Just the regular supervillains, bro. Keep it simple. The rules for this video. Peter Parker has absolutely zero prep time whatsoever.
Ooh, zero prep? Let me think. Most of Batman's villains are regular people with guns or chemicals. He should be fine with his spider sense. I will say he might run into trouble with the more like miscellaneous villains like Clayface, because Batman does have some villains that, depending on the variation, it's kind of OP. It takes some prep to beat. But let's see.
Let's just say that he randomly wakes up one day and he's in Gotham and he walks outside and he got to deal with all this bullshit. He has no prior knowledge about any of these people. He's got to do this shit on the fly. Now, me personally, I think they try to throw Peter in Blackgate for how crazy he do these niggas, bro. Like, it's genuinely not even funny how crazy Peter Parker should do this universe. My boy Spider-Man is putting belt to ass like these niggas stole money from him. First off on the list, we're gonna talk about Joker. For some goddamn reason, a peak human who's skilled in hand-to-hand combat cannot handle a clown on crack. Now, Spider-Man would genuinely do this nigga like a Mortal Kombat fatality, and I'm being so dead ass when I say that. I think Spider-Man will do this man so crazy that if he hit him with a fraction of his strength, he might actually explode into pieces.
I will say, I'm hoping you're talking about like just fighting, because if Peter Parker has to deal with like the traps, like the plots, like the setups, like Riddler, what Joker be doing, like, and he has to solve things in order to stop the crime, he's gonna need some time to stop the crime. Like, keep in mind, he has no knowledge of how these guys work, and since he's in DC, he has no allies to call on for help, so he has to figure this out by himself. So we're talking about like just hand-to-hand combat. Like, he shows up, they start boxing. Yeah, he's clearing 100% a lot of the villains. But if you're adding like the villains like get to plan and make traps or like make like hostages, then that's when he's gonna start having trouble trying to take them down. But anyway,
Spider-Man's stronger, he's faster, he's smarter. Like, it's not even fair, really. A few webs here and there and it's over. I'm pretty sure Spider-Man could pull a Deku using 0.1% of his power and would not even break a sweat against Joker. Shit, take away the webs, bro. If his hands, bro, straight hands. Peter Parker is fucking dog walking him. The only chance Joker has is with that weird ass Joker serum from the Arkham games, but I don't think Peter's gonna get hit with that. Joker could rage bait Peter, but if that happens, I think Peter would just punch a hole through this nigga's chest. The last thing you want to do is rage bait somebody that's holding back their strength so they can fight you. So yeah, maybe a 3 out of 10 difficulty. I'm not too sure. D tier. Next, we got Penguin's Los Polos built ass, and this man ain't nothing more than a side mission, if I'm being real with you. Penguin relies on the mafia and guns to get shit done, and Peter would just handle this shit so fast.
I mean, like, he's used to like Hammerhead and Kingpin, so Penguin's like a step down from Kingpin. Like, he's on the same level as like Hammerhead, so it's kind kind of light work for real.
Just web everybody up and the problem's almost over instantly. Not even a challenge for real. 0 out of 10, maybe a 1 out of 10 for inconvenience. F tier. All right, so next up we got Riddler. This man has no hands whatsoever. He might as well be 2026 Izzy Adesanya, bro. It's genuinely sad. Why is my goat going out like this on live TV? What could Riddler possibly do to beat Spider-Man? Some fucking puzzles? Some goddamn equations? Bro.
That's literally his whole thing. Like I said, if we're talking about just hand-to-hand combat, most of Batman villains are getting washed, but if you let them do their normal thing where they make crimes, make plots for Batman or Spider-Man to solve, then Peter is gonna have like an actual challenge, because Spider-Man is gonna have to like go through all these riddles and puzzles. Granted, he's smart. Like when it comes to like intelligence, he's like roughly around the same as Batman, I would say. But like, I would say Batman's probably like a little bit better with terms of like tactics and this kind of thing is this Gotham is his element, all right. But I feel like if you make Peter deal with the stuff Batman deals with besides just the fighting aspect, then Peter's gonna have a little bit of a challenge.
Peter is literally a genius. And let's just say hypothetically, a riddle was too hard for Peter to solve. He will shatter everything to pieces. What are we talking about here? This nigga's almost easier than Penguin, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Get him out of here, bro. You got no mafia members and no guns. 1 out of 10. Put him in F tier. All right, next up we got Two-Face. I actually have zero clue what this chopped bastard is gonna do to Spider-Man. What is he gonna do? He's gonna flip some coins over and over trying to kill Peter. He's not strong at all. He only has a gun. He's ugly as shit. That nigga look like Bila. Two-Face is literally a burn victim with a gun, bro. Not an issue at all. 1 out of 10. F tier. Now we got Catwoman sexy ass.
Now we get to the good stuff. Hello. Listen, Peter might just pull Catwoman. Like, he might see Catwoman, think it's Black Cat, start flirting, and we're like, oh wait, that's not Felicia, but too late. She turn around, immediately start messing with the Spider. Because if there's one thing Batman and Spider-Man got in common, it's that they both got that wrist, bro. They both pull most of the they both pull most of the women of the verse. Batman and Spider-Man pull most of the girls in their verse. Like, bro, he's literally gonna do the same thing he did with Black Cat. Whoever her up, flirt, get her number, leave. Literally, bro, it's gonna be light work.
Now, I know Peter has his way with the ladies. Sometimes the ladies confuse him a little bit. And the only chance Catwoman really has is if she tries to seduce Peter. That's it. She's going to have to try and get into Peter's pants if she wants any kind of luck. And even if she does, he would still beat the fuck out of her. He would do her so crazy. Peter's faster, stronger, he's smarter. He'll web her up a little bit and the fight's over instantly. I give Catwoman like a 3 out of 10. Put her in D tier. Next up, we got one of my favorites, Mr. Freeze.
Light work. Listen. He's not gonna land those shots, bro. Peter has dealt with better elementals. Electro, come on now. Sandman, come on, bro. Peter has dealt with much more dangerous elementals. This is gonna be some slight work, bro.
Now, this is a challenge. I don't know if Spider-Man's ever dealt with an ice-based villain before. I'm pretty sure he has somewhere like in some random-ass comic book, but I know he's dealt with Hydro Man and Sandman, but ice is different. I could see the ice and shit making it very difficult for Peter, especially if Freeze lands the tiniest little ice blast on him.
Stop, bro. Now you're disrespecting Peter. He's not landing a shot. Peter gonna be dancing around this monkey, bro. No racial. Bro gonna be spinning webs, biting them up. Over. That spider sense gonna go too crazy, bro. This is light work. The ice he's dealt with more dangerous elementals, bro. And the second Peter takes his gun away, then what? Peter just with guns all the time. I swear this is one of the easiest ones possible.
It might slow him down a little bit.
No.
You never know. But I think ultimately Spider-Man gets in close and rips this nigga out the suit. If we're being honest, he's just like Iron Man, just a regular guy in a suit. Now, my Pookie Bear Tony Stark is leaps and bounds better than Mr. Freeze. Y'all know what I mean when I sent the nigga in the suit comment. He's just a regular guy. I'd say maybe like a 5 or 6 difficulty. I don't know. C tier. Next up, we got Bane. And
Bane is basically a lesser Rhino. All right, Rhino is definitely stronger than Bane. Peter is gonna look at Bane, think it's Rhino 0.1, not 2.0, 0.1, and they proceed to wax him. That Venom's not gonna help, bro. Bane is a physical fighter. That's not a good matchup with Peter. Peter's gonna dog walk him. Expedition.
First thought, this should be a major issue for Peter. But then I went and did some research, and I found out that Bane is just a weaker but smarter version of Rhino. And Spider-Man be dog walking the shit out of Rhino. So imagine what he'd do to Bane. Now, yeah, Bane does have the Venom juice, and it makes him incredibly strong, but that shit is limited. Spider-Man is very good when it comes to endurance-based battles. So worst case scenario, Spider-Man just waits until this nigga runs out of Bane juice and claps him up like that. Because
that is the worst case scenario, because the second Peter figures out, oh, the tubes giving Venom, he's gonna web the tubes. It doesn't even start on Peter being faster than Bane. He's gonna blitz him, rip the tubes out, mink, over. Oh, like, it's the only way Peter loses this is by plot. I tell you, it's by plot.
Because yeah, Bane might be strong as hell for like an hour, but after that, it's kind of easy pickings. Like once he runs out of the Barry Bond secret stuff, he's high-key cooked. And even with the Bane juice, Peter could just bend this nigga over and do whatever he wants to him. And I mean, crazy. Whatever. I genuinely forgot how strong Peter is, bro. Especially in a life or death situation with Peter not holding back at all, he deadass might turn Bane into some pulled pork, bro.
Did you forget Peter was seen boxing with Hulk? Granted, he's not stronger than Hulk, but a man who's able to keep up with Hulk a little bit is beating most of, if not all of Batman's villains in a physical altercation.
5 out of 10. C tier. Next up, we got Poison Ivy.
Same argument I did with Catwoman, just a little bit different. All right. Now she has full access to plants around her, like a small forest or maybe just like a garden. I can see her being like a little bit of a threat. You feel me? You know, Peter's gonna be doing a lot of like dipping and dodging. But the absolute second he get close is over. Like her game plan is gonna be keep away. The second he get close, knocking her lights out. I'm sorry, knocking her lights out.
Fine green ass. Now this is where Spider-Man runs into probably his very first big problem. Because a fight with Poison Ivy is not a fight. You gotta worry about the entire environment surrounding the fight. This bitch is controlling the ground, the walls, the entire battlefield is based.
I'm gonna stop you right there. Ain't no plant is holding Peter. Even if she somehow managed to grab him with a plant, he's breaking out of that. Again, we're talking about somebody who's boxing with Luke Cage, boxing with the Thing, boxing with the Hulk. Granted, like I say, I'm pretty sure he's not stronger or as strong as Thing and Hulk, but he's pretty strong. Bro is getting tied up by plants. He's like, okay, hey, mink. Like, bro, stop playing with Peter, bro. Stop. Listen. I agree that some things will be a challenge, but don't cap to make the video seem like more of a challenge is not, bro.
Basically hers. Any kind of combat on the ground is ultimately cooked. But thankfully for Peter, he doesn't need to be on the ground to whoop your ass. He's gonna be just fine swinging around on some webs. If it's organic webbing, we are big chilling, bro. But if it's them goddamn web shooters, I might be a little bit worried about him running out. For the sake of this video, I'm gonna give him the organic webbing because I like this more. It is my preference. Unless she catches him off guard with some like love toxin shit, Spider-Man's gonna do her ass like Chris Breezy. I'm gonna go like a 6-ish out of 10, maybe a 7 at most. Her ass in B tier. All right, so Clayface ugly ass.
Now this, everybody else before on this list, I'd put below on C and below. Clayface is the only person I'd give like A or B to so far, because he's basically like a different version of Sandman. And he said that these are random encounters. He's just randomly finding Clayface, which means he has to figure out his weakness. So until he figures that out, Peter is gonna have a little bit of trouble. I'm not gonna say he's gonna get beat up because Peter's too fast to be hit for real. He's gonna be moving too fast for him to really be hitting him. But he is got some actual trouble. Granted, his weakness is like what, water? Like Sandman. So yeah, this is once he figures that out, then it's light work. But until then, a little bit of a challenge.
This is up next. And before we get into his part, I'm so confused how this motherfucker got a solo movie before Robin even gets mentioned in one. It's actually disgusting work by DC, bro. Genuinely. It's so disgusting, but whatever. Now, Clayface might actually be Spider-Man's greatest threat up until this point because he could turn into anyone and anything. And any physical attacks Peter tries will not work at all. It's like trying to punch a Snorlax. Like, you're not doing no damage whatsoever. Hitting Clayface with some webs could help restrain him a little bit, but I still think it's going to be very challenging for Peter Peter. Now, he's fought people like this before. He's fought the symbiote. He's fought Sandman. He's fought Hydro Man. Like, he'd eventually adapt to this and figure out what he needs to do to win this battle. I do think Clayface poses a major challenge to Peter, but he ultimately figures it out. Yeah, he whoops his ass. Peter's dealt with shit that's on par with this or even worse. Like, my son Peter has fought Carnage, bro. Carnage would fuck up Clayface, no doubt. Come on, bro. Clayface is gonna be tough for Peter, but he's gonna figure it out. Peter's too smart to not figure this shit out. He'll be fine. 7 out of 10. We'll put Clayface in A tier. Killer Croc is basically a stupid, weaker version of the Lizard.
Basically, yeah, that about sums it up. Light work.
Like, Spider-Man fights the Lizard every other week, bro. This shit is easy for him. You're telling me he's got to fight a weaker Kurt Connors, bro? This is just not even hard. This is like the appetizer to your main course. Killer Croc would literally be barbecue chicken. Spider-Man might end up making Killer Croc burger patties out of this nigga, bro. He do Killer Croc so crazy. 2 out of 10. D tier. Last but certainly not least, we got Scarecrow.
All right, listen. Again, he said these are just random straight up encounters. This go 2 ways. Peter runs up, knocks him out immediately, or Scarecrow somehow gets the gas off. Somehow gets the gas off. Then Scarecrow now has some bit of a chance. But if Batman can beat him, I still say Spider-Man can beat him. Like I said, like I put this at like a D, C tier in terms of difficulty, depending on how the fight starts. Like if he catch bro with the fear gas, then he has a better chance at like beating Peter. But still not enough. Peter's still whooping that ass, bro.
Now, this one right here is very, very interesting because Scarecrow got no hands whatsoever. He could not dare go hand to hand with Peter in combat. But Scarecrow doesn't want to do that. He wants to fuck with your head. This is the mental health final boss right here. I think Scarecrow is insanely smarter than Poison Ivy, and somehow he hits my son with the fear toxin. I don't know how he does it, but he figures out a way. And once Peter's hit with the fear toxin, he's gonna be seeing Uncle Ben die again. He's gonna relive Gwen snapping her spine like a twig. Any mistake Peter's ever made in his entire life would just manifest in front of him and just ruin. Oh my god, it would fuck with his head so bad. Like, physically, Spider-Man could just go ape shit and destroy everything and win, but mentally is where I think Batman has him beat by a mile. Batman basically has zero emotions whatsoever when he's fighting crime, though he has a way better chance of dealing with the fear toxin than Spider-Man does, because my son Peter's a troll. He will whoop your ass and mid-battle make jokes about you. He will fry your ass to a crisp. He will break every single bone in your body and fry.
Nah, real spill though, that gotta be hard to deal with. Like, people wonder why his villains hate him so much. Like, why his villains always want to kill Peter Parker? Why his villains always gotta smoke for Spider-Man? It's because imagine being a villain, and not only are you getting beat up by somebody who's usually always like a teen in his like adaptations or like remakes, but he's also clowning you the entire time. He's giving you belt to ass the entire time. You're getting feet, knees, elbows, knees and toes, headbutts to your head top. You're getting made fun of. Like, I'd be pretty mad too. Like, Spider-Man villains are so obsessed with killing you because every time they fight, he rage baits them so much, bro. Like, you gotta die, bro. If I'm a villain, you gotta die, bro.
The fit that you got on. Now, if you take that away, you got an anxiety overload for Peter. Now, yes, he wins this battle because duh, he's Spider-Man. He's gonna win this shit regardless. But I genuinely think he is never the same after this encounter. The fear toxin would do unspeakable things to Peter's brain for the rest of his life. I genuinely think Scarecrow is the biggest threat to Peter in this entire gauntlet. So with their highest score of the day, I'm giving Scarecrow a 9 out of 10 for difficulty. That fear toxin is different, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Imagine the shit that Spider-Man goes through with Scorpion on fucking steroids. Put my son Scarecrow in S tier.
I'm not gonna lie, I did think that this is how the list was gonna go. It's kind of dead for it in the rankings. Like, some of this I agree with, some of this I don't. Like, most of the list belongs near the bottom, with only a few being above. But hey.
So yeah, there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. This is the official rankings for our list. Spider-Man absolutely runs the gauntlet in Gotham, and it's not even funny. Spider-Man don't even need a full 24 hours to get this shit done. You can give my...
A little bit too much glaze, all right? just a little bit too much glaze. But anyway, I digress. I'm gonna get up out of here. Like, comment, subscribe. Link in the description down below. And as always, until next time, love y'all. Peace.